invitation to our talk show, The Past Matters. For this topic, early Christianity from the great political theories. Joining us today are students from San Francisco Colleges and AB Political Science, Ms. Ivy Mabido, Irene Joy Pitas, Ms. Amantes, Ms. Charlene, and Mangitngit Hercules. Start into the origin of Christianity, can you provide a brief overview of how Christian emerged in the early century, Mr. Hercules?
Certainly, Christianity originated in the Eastern Mediterranean region. From the Greek Romans came political and legal concepts of religious and ethical values.
As how early Christianity navigated their faith?
It dominated by pagan belief was Roman worship, deities, and other God Almighty. Despite persecution and discrimination against them due to their rejections of tradition, Roman practices, Christian remained their
The Christian beliefs influenced political thought and governance during that time period. Ms. Pita?
Their belief emphasizes moral virtues such as justice and equality principles which contradict prevailing values among emphasizing moral virtues such as justice and equality principle which contradict the prevailing values among Romans, power and wealth. Advocating for more just, compassionate society resulting development of new theories. Example of these theories is Saint Augustine.
Augustine influenced Christian and theories contributed, Ms. Pita?
Saint Augustine's theories believe in only one God and only His creation is only one creator and believe in two cities.
Two cities all about, Ms. Amantes?
Saint Augustine referred to the world and heaven.
What is the difference between these two cities, ma'am, Ms. Amantes?
This referred that pride, sin, and desire are all given by the world. And the heavenly city belongs to God and no but God. By providing these theories, relationship challenged the traditional Roman Christian belief.
Receive. With him, perhaps, we may ask Miss Charlie, so concerning how exact the city of God
challenges ideas surrounding materials over spiritualism along with offering alternative view part regarding relationship between man and God, stating power be a temporal community, lacking existing spiritually only.
And understand now the large contribution of Saint Augustine. Now into something slightly different, maybe are their influence still used today? In what way early principles of Christianity continue to influence political thought and governance in the modern world?
Teachings of Christianity, such as love, compassion, and forgiveness, remain as relevant today as they were in the early faith. These principles have influenced the development of modern political theories, emphasize human rights, democracy, and social justice.
Thank you guys for your sharing insight on your fascinating topic. It is clear that the early principles of Christianity have had profound impact on political thought and governance throughout history. Mr. Kalawigan?
Christianity continues to inspire individuals and societies to strive for more just and equitable world.
Everyone, it is clear that Augustine's ideas continue to inspire and influence contemporary philosophy and theology. We look forward for another episode. We will be right back after a few commercials.
Verse 19, He made attribute money, and they brought unto him a bidding. And he said unto them, Whose is this image and superscription? They say unto him, Caesar's then. Said he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar, and unto God the things that are God.
Galatians 5 verse 13, For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by serve one.
Trivia. Did you know that the Saint Augustine contribution to philosophical and theological thought is broad and manifold, from the theory of knowledge and language to conception of evil and freedom? from earthly to godly. Now you know.
Feudalism, from the Greek word feudum or fief, a dominant social system in medieval Europe, which nobility held lands from the crown in exchange of military service.
Good evening and welcome to the special edition to our talk show, The Past Matters. Please welcome Mr. JC, Mon, Luila Tindugan. Good morning, guys. Can you tell us a bit about political landscape of medieval era and how it's different from what we know today?
Thank you for having me, ma'am. Medieval Europe was complex and diverse political landscape with a diversity of political systems and structures. At that time, most people lived in feudal society where power was distributed through complex web and relationships and obligations. The king or emperor held the ultimate authority, but their power was often limited by the influence of the church.
It's interesting. How did medieval political thinkers grapple with this political thinker, Mon?
Many medieval political thinkers saw the feudal system as a reflection of natural order and divine law. They believed that society was organized in a hierarchical way.
Can you give me some examples? What this idea played out in practice? Luella?
The most famous example of the two sword, according to this idea, the church and the secular authorities but held a sword representing the respective sphere of influence.
Two swords? Do you mean they have a most powerful in the medieval period?
The secular sword represented the power of the state and the other sword is the power of the church, but swords were necessary for the proper function of the society and therefore.
Yes, that was a major challenge for medieval political thinkers.
That's really interesting. How this idea of the state responsibility to protect individual rights and freedom influence later political thought. Do you have any final thought on how important of medieval political thought for our world today? How about you, JC?
For me, it reminds us that political systems are not static but are constantly evolving and adapting new challenges and realities.
Thank you, JC. How about you, Mon?
Absolutely, it's still relevant today because it provides us with a rich and complex understanding of the relationship between power, authority, and justice.
Thank you so much for the insight. Just join us. Keep critical thinking and stay curious. Until next episode.